Alright, in this video we're going to be looking at how to check our data to make sure that it is complete in a school project. So a lot of times we will need to confirm that all the data we have in our HH Schools project is complete for every student, and we need to make sure that the teacher names are consistent for all of the students. Occasionally, if we have a student that didn't have a card when they were photographed and we input that data, instead of having the full teacher name as it is in this project, we may actually only have a partial name. So this student's teacher's name might be filled out just as Foster. That will create a problem when we try to sort for yearbook discs. It'll create a problem when we try to sort images for proofs when we send them to the school, and it'll create a problem when we send prints to the school and they're not all grouped under the same teacher. So this little report that I'm going to show you will help to identify if any students have a teacher that is different than the rest of the students in their class. So to do that, we're going to go over here to Project. Under Setup and Reports, it gives us this window here. What we want is this drop-down bar, and we're looking for subject images and data. Subject images and data. What that'll do is show us everybody's picture and all the information that goes with it. We're going to show this sorting by grade, and then by teacher, and then the last name of the student. What that'll do is it's going to create for us a PDF file that has all of the images sorted in these organizations. But what I want to do to identify my teachers is here under page break, sort number 2, I'm going to page break at the teacher. So every time there's a new teacher's name, it will start a new page, and then that'll help us to identify if anybody in the project doesn't have a teacher name that matches the rest of their class. So it'll take a minute for that report to create. It has to pull the images from all of these students. One thing I failed to mention, I have already filtered this down so that there is only the yearbook tagged image. You can also run the same report by selecting up here under Special 1 image per subject. The reason for that is it will just duplicate each image. If each student has 2 images, it will show every image in the project. And so it's good to either filter to one image per subject, or to the yearbook selection if they have all been made, which in this project they already have all been made. Okay, so now that report has finally been populated. It shows starting out with our grade, teacher, and our grade is faculty staff and teacher is faculty staff. What I like to do is show one page per image, so I just select this in my Adobe Acrobat Pro, and then I can just scroll through one page at a time. This is the end of the faculty staff. Here's the beginning of Brittany Foster's class. And as I go through, I see this student in pre-K does not have a teacher listed. So I'm going to mark her name, her image number and name. So Grace Gallimore has no teacher listed. So we see her grade, we see her name, but we don't have a teacher for that. So as I scroll through, I'm just looking. Now I see Brittany Foster only has 2 students in her class. That could be an error. We'll just double check on Brittany Foster's class. What I'm looking for are just stragglers that are by themselves. Here we have McKinley Emerson, who has a teacher listed just as Morris. And so that's probably an error since all the other teachers have a first name included. And here's another example. Tucker has a teacher that's not got a complete name. So that's Watkins. and that's the end of that. So what I'm going to do is keep this document open. I'm just going to minimize it. I'm going to go into my project, and I'm going to search for the teacher's name. Why? And so all these students have a teacher with the teacher name of Angie Morris, and this student has a teacher whose name is just Morris. So I'm going to copy the teacher name from here. I'm going to paste it into this one, and I'm going to go ahead and make her associated with the correct group, Angie Morris, and select. All right, so we've got that one taken care of. I'm going to go ahead and find these other students who either didn't have a teacher name or their teacher name was incorrect. So find Tucker. And then I'm going to update her to the correct group as well. Which is going to require a little searching because I don't have a teacher Tucker for this project. So I'm going to have to figure out why she has that name. So anyway, that's the process for finding that. Once you get that data, you can update it and correct it, and everybody should have the information that they need.